Hey, Echo Trail Wolfpack, it's Mr. Stivers. I hope everyone's doing great. So, I'm so excited to begin our 2024 2025 club launch here at Echo Trail Middle School. So, we have over 22 clubs that we're going to go over in these slides to present with you today. And our goal is that 100% of our students get plugged into either a club or a sport. Clubs are important because you obviously get involved, and in middle school, building into high school, taking risks is something that we hope our students have learned here, and it builds confidence within them. So we really want our students to initiate. Some benefits of being in a club is that students, you get to make friends with students from 6th and 7th grade that share maybe the same interests you do, and learn about other people and make friends on different teams as well. Clubs are also an opportunity for you to find what you're passionate about, and maybe even if you just have a slight interest, find that you really do enjoy robotics, or you do really enjoy technology. Building relationships with our staff members, because our club sponsors are investing into Echo Trail by giving before school and after school through these clubs and activities. So students, you get a chance to really get to meet some other teachers that maybe you don't know yet. And then ultimately, when we think about G growth mindset here at Echo Trail Middle School, that is what clubs are about. It's an opportunity to open your mind, to learn, to grow, and to really build that resume that students you're making for high school. So without further ado, we're going to jump right in. One of our most popular clubs here at Echo Trail is the Baking and Cooking Club. And our sponsors this year is Mrs. Bonomo, Mr. Barnesfather, and Mr. Dunkley. This is going to be happening virtually on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. and it will happen through Google Classroom. And I'll explain at the end of this presentation how that's actually going to work. But this is available for any student, does not require transportation. So our Baking Cooking Club, you can guarantee some tasty treats and eats are going to be being whipped up in the houses here at Echo Trail Middle School. Up next, we have the Beta Club. This is a new addition that we have, so thank you, Ms. Sossman, our sponsor, who's going to be doing this. This is going to be meeting monthly, and you can see the requirements right there. This is just for 7th grade who have reached that 3.5 or more higher GPA to be invited to join this club. This is another thing that looks great on our high school applications. So students, we hope that you are working hard on your academics to be a part of the Beta Club. We have, by popular demand, a club that was asked by our students is board games, just a space where students can share different board games that they're learning about and really gather for that community. So we thank you, our sponsors, Mr. Goulden and Mrs. Jacoby, who are going to be doing that. More information to come on when and where. All right, up next, we have our Black Student Union. New teacher, Miss Allen, we're so excited, gets to co-sponsor along with Mr. Lenz for a Black Student Union that's going to meet every other Wednesday after school in room 228. Next club is chess. Coach Durbin is back here to help us every other Tuesday after school in his room 122. All are welcome, so no experience required. There is going to be a fee anywhere from $5 to $10 based on the amount of those that sign up. So we hope to see a lot in chess. Up next, we have cornhole. This was a couple students coming up to Mr. Lenz and just saying, hey, can you create a space for us to offer this? So Mr. Lenz is excited to get this club up and going. We don't have the details ironed out just yet, but be on the lookout. So on the Google Form survey that I'll talk about at the end of this presentation, you'll get more information. Drama. I don't know if you got to see our production last year, Seussical the Musical, but it was incredible. So this year, Mrs. Napke is teaming up with Miss Robinson, and we are super thrilled. This will be taking place Wednesdays in room 248 after school for an hour. All are welcome. There is a $20 fee, and then when we start building up towards what production we do want to do, there will be auditions for that of those that want to take the stage, and that's going to happen in the month of October, so stay tuned. We have Echo Effect coming back. Super thrilled to see how our rock stars are growing in that. That is sponsored by our very own Miss Napke, and that happens Thursdays after school in her room 248. Audition info is going to be coming out soon, so students be listening to the announcements and seeing our scrolling screens all throughout the building. Our Fellowship of Christian Athletes is coming back. Ms. Stout and I are sponsoring that. It's going to be Wednesdays, and we do have that earlier start time, obviously. So we're going to open our doors at 7, and we're hosting it this year, not in the band room, but the social stairs by the library. We just want a spot that's a little isolated and convenient for us to hear our guest speaker that comes out and share a positive message. Everyone is welcome to that, and we hope to have great attendance. Up next, this is a new club. Thank you, Mrs. Jacoby, for bringing this one. Future Problem Solvers, another academic club that is going to look great on your high school applications. It's going to meet every other Monday, after school in Miss Jacoby's room, 226. All right, our Gay Straight Alliance. Ms. Chestnut and Mr. Lenz will be hosting that every other Friday from 7 to 7:30 in room 228. All are welcome. And we have journalism. And I wanted to read Ms. Bonomo's notes because I thought this was cool, but she writes, do you have a passion for writing? Do you enjoy photography? Are you skilled in graphic design? Then Journalism Club is just the place for you. This club's going to cultivate, write, and design monthly publications for Echo Trail that shows all the great things happen around our school. That happens Wednesdays after school in room 117, and you can see our sponsors there, Mrs. Bonomo, Miss Johnston, and Miss Shue. All right, Lego Robotics is back. Mr. G, thank you. More information is coming soon on how you can sign up for that club, and we're thrilled to have it back. Math Counts with Mrs. Moore is also back. That's going to be bi-weekly, so it's every other Monday after school in her room 234, another academic club that looks great for high school application students. Love this club. It is a seasonal club. Mr. Dunkley hosts it, the Parkland Trails Club. It's going to be Thursdays, and you do meet at the flagpole where students, you get to walk to trails that are nearby. Sometimes we provide the transportation and small vehicles to get you to the destination we're going for hiking and whatnot, but thrilled to have that club back. Thank you, Mr. Dunkley. So if you love nature, that is definitely for you. Quick recall, an academic club that is hosted by Mr. Close is going to meet every other Monday/Wednesday after school in his room 235. Tryouts are required, and those tryouts do happen in September, and so proud of that picture of our students last year on their achievements. Random Acts of Kindness, Mrs. Herndon is now the sponsor of that club. We'll meet once a month after school in room 103. Great club for you to just find ways to love on our school community with a $5 fee required. And we have the Science Fair. This is new. Mrs. Jacoby is hosting that. It is every other Monday in her room, which is 226. Our Science Technology Leadership Program, hosted by Mr. Etter and co-sponsored by Mrs. Gibbs, is going to be back. That is Thursdays in the art room, which is 129. So students, if you really love thinking outside the box through the lens of technology, please sign up. We will have our students participate at the state level for those that advance. So we hope to see a great turnout for STLP. And our Student Council, which is application only, Mrs. Stout is the sponsor of that. It's only meeting once a month in her room 233. So if you're a student who loves to hear student voice and be student voice and meet with Dr. Ammerman about positive things happening in our school and how we can improve, this is a great club for you. And Student Y, so proud of our students that went to the state level last year. They're in that photo right there. Miss Bonomo and Miss Johnston are the host of that, and that's going to meet Mondays in room 225. And we have Vex Robotics with Mr. Quinn meeting Thursdays in his room 246. A fee is going to be required based on the amount of signups, and there potentially could be a cap to the class if we get to be too large, but we're hoping that we have a great solid team for Vex Robotics this year. And last but not least is our yearbook club with Mrs. Ward, and we haven't set up the day and the time for that just yet, but it is application, and that information is coming soon. So students, these are our clubs, and you're probably wondering, parents, well, how do we sign our student up? So there is going to be a Google form that goes out in our Wolfpack Weekly beginning August 26th, and the signups happen Monday through Friday, ending the 30th. So there's 4 steps that I want to talk about right here, and the first is please check your availability. So transportation, unfortunately, is not provided home for our students that do stay after, except the baking club, which is virtual. So after you've looked at your availability, the second step is to have that conversation about commitment. Our sponsors are expecting our students to really stay committed because we are doing projects throughout the year, so students can't really hop from club to club and we just want some more consistency. So the third step, once you have determined what you're going to be committed to, students, is your parent is going to sign you up. Again, your parent will be signing you up through a Google form. And parents, make sure you do click submit. At that point, students, you just need to be patient and be on the lookout for a Google Classroom invite. This is how you know you've been accepted into the club and that your sponsor will be communicating to you. Parents, we invite you to also be a part of that Google Classroom so you can keep up with news and announcements from your club sponsor, should there be cancellations or projects coming up or parent needs as well. So we thank you guys so much for listening to our club launch video. We're excited to see, students, what you do in your clubs for the good of Echo Trail. So remember, here at Students, we expect greatness.